to Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a breakthrough in Augusta as lawmakers agree on emergency heating assistance.
Plus, a man wanted for holding up a bank in Bangor is apprehended and brought to jail.
And it's a special place in Ellsworth that gives homeless families much more than just a place to stay.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have all the day's news coming up. But first, we're going to turn our attention to that big winter storm that's heading this way. It's already causing some problems in other states, and it looks like tomorrow is the day here. It's bringing stronger than hurricane force winds. Well, not stronger, but I should say hurricane force winds, like a Category 1 storm to the coast, over 60 miles an hour, up around 70 miles per hour. So tomorrow could be a very big day as far as power outages go. So people are urged to plan ahead.
Absolutely. It may be a day to figure out a plan B for the holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Devin Biggs has the full forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience a Shepherd difference today. All right, let's get into things. We have plenty to unpack. Let's start here with these new high wind warnings that are getting issued, getting upgraded from the high wind watches that have been issued. The colors look a little tricky here, but the brighter shade here is that high wind warning that's up through Saturday. The darker shade that you might notice right about in here is that high wind watch. We'll see this getting upgraded to a high wind warning moving forward for gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour possible before those expire. On top of that, though, we do also have aerial flood watches up until Saturday morning at around 7 a.m. The purple shade over C, that is a storm warning, which is worse than a gale warning, up until Saturday at around 4 a.m. And we have a couple of other advisories we're going to pull up for you now. And this right here is a coastal flood watch that's also in effect. And this will last until about noon as we head towards your Saturday. And this shade right here actually is a coastal flood warning. And that is also in effect until later on Friday at around 2 p.m. So we have lots of advisories in effect because of all the active weather that is moving through. Let's zoom things out right now. The clouds are currently moving in from the west, going toward the east. We'll keep the clouds moving in as the day progresses on. We'll have to wait, though, until early tomorrow morning for all the precipitation to move in. So today is also that calm before the storm is all that's continues to move in, with the rain to the south tracking to the north and east, and this system right here that'll be tracking to the east as well. All this will work together to give us a lot of precipitation that will begin to move in soon. And the winds will be the big story moving forward as well, as we'll switch out of the north and east at times, getting up to around 30 miles per hour, sustained at times by Friday afternoon. Let's look how stacked this pressure gradient is. And gusts up to 50 to 60 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. So futurecast moving forward, we're watching for clouds that will be moving in, but again, the precipitation arrives as we head towards early Friday morning. Your hourly forecast moving forward, here we go. Mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin.
Maine legislators reached a deal on a heating relief package for Mainers. Following a public hearing demanded by some Senate Republicans, the top Republican in the Maine Senate voted to advance a heating aid package. The proposed bill would grant $450 in energy assistance to qualifying Mainers. It also sets aside $71 million for other heating and housing aid programs, including $21 million for emergency housing assistance. The bill is largely funded by an expected state surplus. Those in favor of the bill all spoke about the urgent need for energy cost relief due to the state's rising cost of electricity and heating.
All of this will add to this winter's misery as Maine consumers, especially those low-income consumers, face energy prices that are extraordinarily high.
The energy relief checks could go out in late January if the legislature approves it, when they reconvene on January 4th.
Police have arrested a person in connection with a bank robbery in Bangor on Tuesday. Police detectives arrested 32-year-old Donovan Steen of Bangor a little before 11 a.m. yesterday morning. Steen was located near the Dice Arts in Herman and taken into custody without incident. He's accused of holding up a branch of Bangor Savings Bank on Broadway Tuesday afternoon. Bangor police credit the public with a series of tips after the release of a robbery suspect photo that quickly identified Steen as the suspect.
Meanwhile, local, state, and federal authorities arrested a wanted Massachusetts man following a standoff in Waterville. According to Maine State Police, a search warrant was executed at 224 County Road after information indicated that 31-year-old Diego Martinez was hiding there. Martinez had been sought by multiple Maine law enforcement agencies for a variety of warrants stemming from drug trafficking, kidnapping, and illegally possessing firearms. The State Police Tactical Team and Crisis Negotiation Team attempted to make contact with Martinez for several hours before finally entering that residence. They located Martinez hiding in an attic space created to avoid detection and placed him under arrest. 34-year-old Ryan Lukes of Waterville and 41-year-old Talene Blakesley of Winslow were also found hiding with Martinez and also taken into custody. Martinez is charged with refusing to submit to arrest, creating a police standoff, and more, in addition to those 4 outstanding Maine warrants.
It was a busy 24 hours for firefighters in Washington County. On Tuesday night, crews from multiple towns were called to a structure fire at 91 Court Street in Machias. That house is still standing but is heavily damaged. Firefighters were on the scene all night trying to put out the flames. Then on Wednesday, Eastport firefighters were called to a fully involved structure fire on Bartlett Lane in Quoddy Village. Crews from Perry and Pleasant Point were called in to assist.
The Maine Public Utilities Commission denied a petition for relief from high electricity bills. The petition was filed by the Office of the Public Advocate earlier this month in response to the recently approved rate increase to the standard offer service. The OPA requested that low-income homes be granted a one-time $75 bill credit to help offset the first 3 months of that rate increase. Officials say that petition was struck down because the PUC doesn't believe it has the authority to grant that request.
For all Mainers this winter, it's going to be a very tough winter for energy prices, whether it's oil, gas, electricity. All of them are headed in the wrong direction, and particularly for the low income.
Hardwood, Maine's public advocate, says although the PUC has denied the request, he will continue to look for ways to get relief for low-income households.
Maine's congressional delegation and Governor Mills spoke to the media about the provision that's been included in the omnibus spending package under consideration by the House and Senate that delays any further cuts or new regulations for the Maine lobster industry for 6 years. Senator Angus King stressed that one of the major goals of the provision and 6-year regulation pause is more research, which should include better tracking of where the right whale is present.
I'm most interested in the data. And one of the most frustrating things about this is that the lobster industry was in effect sentenced to economic death based upon no evidence, no proof. And I understand you want to be careful, particularly when you're dealing with an endangered species, but there should be some data to back up such a draconian result.
Congressman Jared Golden said that the Maine delegation worked hand in hand with stakeholders in Maine to speak with members of Congress about the importance of the lobster industry and finding a remedy. He said Maine's delegation represents a wide range of political ideologies, but he's proud of how they came together.
We all did it because it was the right thing to do for the lobstermen, for their families, for the communities that they live in and that they hold up. They're so vital to the economy. As well as the economy of the state. So we did the right thing for the state of Maine, and that's really what it's all about. And I just want to thank everyone for that. And of course, knocking on wood, we'll get this thing passed this week and get home to Maine.
Senator Susan Collins commented on funding that is also part of the provision. It includes a possible authorization for up to $50 million every year for the next 10 years that will fund research, data collection, and technology development. Collins said she and her colleagues will work to ensure that money goes to groups that will be doing that invaluable work.
I want to make sure that additional appropriations are targeted going to the lobstermen and women who can test the gear, going to University of Maine, for example, going to the State Department of Marine Resources, going to the Maine Lobstermen Association and the Maine Lobstering Union, going to those groups.
Collins said the future amounts remain to be determined, but she wants to ensure the funding goes to the entities that will actively help save the right whale and the lobster industry. It will be voted on this week.
Well, after 5 years and a $20 million campaign, Life Flight of Maine completes the fleet. The organization says they now have 3 upgraded critical care helicopters around the state. Life Flight of Maine says having the 3 identical choppers creates a standardization that is important for pilots, clinical crews, and the mechanics who work across the fleet. The helicopters also have greater power and speed, as well as a bigger interior and the latest aviation tools. Life Flight of Maine says this means more patients will be helped over the years to come.
These new aircraft with their advanced avionics can fly in better and different weather conditions, so that's more patients served more safely for all the people of Maine.
I see the good work that they do every single day, and to have them have the most state-of-the-art equipment to help them do their job, to take care of the patients is really wonderful.
Life Flight Foundation says 7,500 donors came together to help make that possible.
The Penobscot County Commissioner's Office awarded close to $3.5 million to projects across the county on Tuesday. $2.2 million went to Penquis, $600,000 for Fresh Start Recovery Homes, $500,000 to the Maine Discovery Museum, and $100,000 to the Bangor Public Library. The organizations that were awarded these funds were chosen for the difference they've made in the Penobscot region, including workforce development, affordable housing, and childcare.
The end result is to take these dollars and make it productive in the end, and really kind of give people an opportunity to better themselves, everybody, and on as equitable a basis as we possibly can.
There's still more money that will be allocated. Any organization interested should visit the Penobscot County Commissioner's website for more information on how to apply.
The public comment periods are now open on the wording of 2 ballot questions. The Bureau of Corporations, Elections, and Commissions has certified 2 citizen initiatives. The first is an act to create the Pine Tree Power Company, a nonprofit customer-owned utility. It reads, do you want to create a new quasi-governmental owned power company governed by an elected board to acquire and operate existing electricity transmission and distribution facilities in Maine? That's a measure to help save money on power bills. The second is a ballot question for campaign spending restrictions legislation by foreign governments. It reads, do you want to ban foreign governments and entities that own, control, or influence from making campaign contributions or financing communications for or against candidates or ballot questions? The Secretary of State's office will be taking public comment until January 20th. Comments will be accepted online and email or by mail or in person. You can let them know what you think about all that.
Well, the time is now 8:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear about a transitional housing program in Ellsworth that not only provides a home to those in need, but does so much more as well.
But first, a check of our forecast. It looks like a mostly cloudy day today with highs near 33. It will start to storm up a little bit overnight tonight. It will be breezy with that wintry mix. And then tomorrow, a very messy day ahead of very strong winds, heavy rain, temperatures up near 50, but we won't be enjoying it too much because it would just be so messy. Right, Emma? All right, back with more right after this. Oh, yeah.
Hello, Maine. This is Steve McKay. Not sure what the weather will be in your neck of the woods, but there's a 100% chance of Luke showing up near you. Next Home Experience is listing and selling homes throughout Maine. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Hammond Lumber Company appreciates the communities that have supported Hammond's prosperity and growth over the years. The Hammond team is grateful for the opportunity to give back by supporting local causes that sustain strong, vibrant communities throughout Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond recognizes that they could not do this without your support. Thank you for choosing Hammond as your building project partner. Hammond Lumber Company, proud to serve local communities since 1953.
Filling out a wish list at Quality Jewelers means a whole lot more this year. Quality Jewelers will donate $25 to Make-A-Wish for every completed wish list. Help make wishes come true by simply filling out a wish list at Quality Jewelers between now and December 18th. Quality Jewelers will also donate an additional $25 with purchase of any wish list item. So don't wait, fill out a wish list today and help make the wish of someone in need come true. Quality Jewelers, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Saturday on Fox, it's a special day of football featuring the biggest game of the year. With the NFC East up for grabs, Jalen Hurts leads the Eagles as they look to lock up the division crown.
Touchdown! He's been unstoppable.
But Dak and the Cowboys won't go down without a fight as they make their move on the top spot.
Oh, what a play!
It's all part of a full slate of games, Saturday the day before Christmas on Fox.
More than a year after opening, a Maine community center has given families a place to call home. David Ledford has the story.
The Families First Community Center in Ellsworth is helping Maine families to get back on their feet. Since March of 2021, the organization has been providing homeless families with a place to stay. According to Shayna Frazier, the executive director of Families First, the center now offers new programs that give residents much more than just a roof over their heads.
Our goal is that when our residents leave here, that they are more self-sustainable, that they have a savings account set up, that they have a driver's license.
Frazier says that the on-site programming includes parenting classes, cooking classes, and even Tai Chi. In an effort to make it easier for residents to attend these programs, the center provides on-site daycare, which is open to anyone in need. Occupants at the center say that these opportunities have made a difference in their lives.
The program has definitely changed my life. It's just been really helpful in trying to achieve my goals in life, and I've gotten very far since then.
In addition to these programs, Frazier says that the center will be offering free gifts in the days leading up to Christmas for those who are unable to buy their own. According to Frazier, this is only possible thanks to the generosity of community members.
We've had some awesome people show up and donate a lot to it. People are going to be able to come in and get gifts for their kids from the community.
The center currently has 6 apartment units housing families and hopes to continue to grow in the future. For information on how to donate and help homeless Mainers, visit familiesfirstellsworth.org.
Meanwhile, Governor Mills helped celebrate Hanukkah by lighting a menorah at the State House yesterday. Governor said the symbol of light and resilience is a welcome sight in homes all across Maine.
The lights and symbols of Hanukkah are especially poignant this year when we see an increase, a sharp increase across this country of anti-Semitic actions and rhetoric. This year and every year, may the menorah remind us of the perseverance and the enduring light and flame of the Jewish people.
Said it was appropriate to light candles in homes across Maine on the shortest day of the year, which of course was yesterday.
The time is now 8:17. After the break, we'll hear about a young patient at Eastern Maine Medical Center that was the first in the state to receive a new type of treatment for peanut allergies.
Plus, a winter storm advisory is affecting much of the nation for the next few days. We'll have all the details as Good Morning Maine continues.
Oh, that's normal. Wow.
This holiday season, get 2.9% APR for 48 months plus $500 trade assist cash on a new 2023 Forte.
Guys, it's time to stop treating your groins like junk. Introducing the new Intimate Pubic Hair Trimmer from Gillette. It's not junk, so treat it right with a gentle and easy shave from America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. Respect your pubic region with Gillette Intimate.
Want luxury hair repair that doesn't cost $50? Pantene's Pro Vitamin formula repairs hair, as well as the leading luxury bonding treatment for softness and resilience without the price tag. If you know it's Pantene.
Choosing Miracle Ear was a great decision. Like when I decided to host family movie nights. Miracle Ear made it easy. I just booked an appointment, and a certified hearing care professional evaluated my hearing loss and helped me find the right device calibrated to my unique hearing needs. Now I enjoy every moment. The quiet ones and the loud ones.
Make a sound decision.
Call now and book your free hearing evaluation.
A young patient at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center recently became the first person in Maine to take part in a particular treatment to reduce her allergic reaction to peanuts.
Our Matthew Juronsik has the story.
For most people with peanut allergies, they often live in constant fear of eating or touching something that would most likely result in an allergic reaction. However, 7-year-old Avery Farnsworth is providing hope for what seems like a never-ending struggle for so many.
We're very blessed to have that happen. We have been very nerve-wracked for most of her life, and now knowing that we can safely go to all those places without that fear, as greatly as it was, is very confident.
The treatment lasts more than 6 months with constant monitoring. Doses start at 3 milligrams, and after each visit, gradually increase the dose level to help kids become more tolerant to peanuts and eventually enjoy peanut-based products.
Starting with this very small dose of peanut powder, and then we gradually increase the dose to reach about 1 peanut protein level, which is 300 milligrams.
Despite the success, the Farnsworths say there have been, and still continues to be, some struggles with Avery taking her medicine.
Taking this medication has been an adventure for all of us. Her biggest struggle with the medication is that the texture and the taste of it, because she's never consumed peanut before. She just doesn't know what it tastes like. Getting her to take it every night has been difficult because there are some nights she just doesn't want to take it.
Avery can now say she is the first Mainer to participate in this groundbreaking program, and her mother recommends Dr. Lee's treatment to other families dealing with this issue.
I would encourage patients, kids ages 4 to 17 are able to do this program. Anaphylaxis is scary, and any reaction is scary, and having this little bit of protection, or at least something that will give you time to react, is very important.
Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 8:22.
Time to get a full look at our forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. And we have plenty of active weather to talk about here. A couple shades of pretty much this dandelion color right here, for lack of a better term. This is a high wind warning here until 4 a.m. Saturday for this shade right here. You might notice this shade right about in here. It's a little bit different. It has a high wind watch that will soon be upgraded to a high wind warning, and that is also up until 2 a.m. as we head towards Saturday, so there's those expiration times right there. We also have some other alerts in effect. This right here is an aerial flood watch because of heavy rainfall, 1 to 2, maybe up to 3 inches, can't be ruled out. In other areas over the ocean, this is a storm warning up until 4 a.m. Saturday. This is worse than a gale warning, so we will also have to watch out for that. And there's other alerts on top of that, so let's cue that up for you now. And this is also a coastal flood watch that's also in effect, located right about in here until noon as we head towards your Saturday. And right about in there as well, this is also a coastal flood warning that's also up until Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. So we have plenty of stuff to track moving forward. Lots of advisories with this very strong system, pretty much a bomb cyclone for lack of a better term, that's currently developing right now, bombogenesis, which means it'll be a system developing very quickly. And look at all the advisories here. Rarely do you see something like this. We have winter storm warnings in the pink, blizzard warnings in the orange right here, and freeze alerts farther down toward the south, along with wind chill warnings and wind chill advisories. There's a lot of cold weather and winter weather alerts in effect across the part of the country, and this is very rare, so we won't see this a lot very often, but we're going to be seeing it with the system. Let's zoom things back in and talk about the radar and satellites. So right now, We're just watching clouds moving in from the west, going toward the east, so not too much going on at this point. The two systems located right about in here and here. We're going to be watching things developing in a big hurry, which will give us plenty of rain and plenty of wind as we head towards the weekend. So here we go. Futurecast breaking all this down. Now we do have clouds that will continue to move in as the day progresses on. By around Friday morning, that's when it starts to move in. It's a little bit of a wintry mix at first. The warmer air will begin to move in. We'll switch over to all rain and some heavy downpours possible at times. And this will continue all the way through Friday evening before things start to taper off a bit by early Saturday morning, maybe with a few leftover snow showers as temperatures fall, and they will fall in a hurry with that cold front that will begin to move through. The longer term forecast showing this thing really developing very quickly and showing the same thing, a wintry mix that will switch over to rain and lasting for multiple days as well. Here we are by Saturday, and even though most of the precipitation will be done, we will still have to deal with the wind with a system that will continue to move through. Not much of a snow issue with this one, though. We'll show you the latest snow forecast. Anything will be mainly across the northern parts of the state, and most of that may melt with the warmer temperatures. But for us, though, it will be a lot of rain as well. 1 to 2 and maybe up to 3 inches of rain possible before we're all finished up. And real quick with the gusty winds, today we're fine. Look what happens for tomorrow as we'll be watching for gusty winds up to 50, even 60 miles per hour, maybe getting close to 70 miles per hour in a few spots. So some very strong winds will also be on the way. So your forecast for today, lower 30s, mostly cloudy. The east wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tonight, upper 20s, rain and snow later will also be breezy. The east wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. And your Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. So we're dry just in time for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Partly cloudy temperatures in the 20s. That wintry mix will switch over to all rain on Friday, highs in the lower 50s. And we're back in the upper 20s on Monday with a mostly sunny sky.
Ah, look at you. Taking control of your morning mood by starting the day with what makes you happy. McDonald's has enough breakfast options to make your mornings happy every single day. Taking control never tasted so good.
Now, you can get a savory sausage McMuffin, sausage McGriddles, or golden hash browns. Choose any two for $3, only at McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CRV, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot, start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Planning your holiday meals and parties? Don't forget about visiting W.A. Bean & Sons in Bangor, just minutes from the Broadway exit in the Beaumark Industrial Park. Come see why W.A. Bean was voted Best Butcher Shop in Bangor as you get your filet strips of ribeyes custom cut by professional butchers. Try one of their famous honey glazed spiral hams or smoked turkey or chicken. Open on site Monday through Friday. Maine products made by Maine people. W.A. Bean & Sons. Quality meats since 1860.
Millions of people could be getting a white Christmas as a severe and massive winter storm prepares to unleash its wrath across much of the U.S. It'll be more like rain for us,
Yeah,
though.
mostly rain around here.
Yeah. Fox News correspondent Jackie Ibanez has the latest on which areas could be hit the hardest and how the system could disrupt your holiday travel plans.
It's shaping up to be one of the worst winter storms in decades.
This will be a 1 in a 25-year type event for certain parts.
Roughly 190 million people across the country are under some form of winter advisory as of Wednesday, according to the National Weather Service, as freezing temperatures, intense winds, and heavy snowfall are expected Thursday through Saturday. The Midwest, Great Plains, Gulf Coast and eastern U.S. are projected to bear the brunt.
There'll be a lot of places where it looks like the snow's been scoured away to nothing, but then in adjacent locations, there'll be 6 feet of snow piled up in a drift. So it's going to be pretty wild.
And the timing couldn't be worse.
Be patient. I think it's going to be an interesting couple of days.
Several major airlines have already canceled and delayed hundreds of flights, with many more projected over the next few days.
The de-icing program, it does take some time. It takes up to 30 minutes to de-ice an aircraft.
Road conditions won't be any better.
Sliding in the ditches, hitting curbs, wench outs going into the ditches.
Creating headaches for the nearly 113 million people AAA say will travel away from home for the holidays. A blast of Arctic air is also on the way. Officials warn the wind chill could be life-threatening for portions of the Midwest and Great Lakes region. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky addressed a joint session of Congress in his first trip abroad since the Russian invasion. The visit comes at a time where the Senate is weighing a $1.7 trillion spending bill, $45 billion of which will go to Ukraine. Well, it yesterday marked the 300th day since the start of the Russian invasion, and Zelensky told lawmakers about why he and his people are keeping up the fight.
The battle is not only for life, freedom and security of Ukrainians or any other nation which Russia attempts to conquer. This struggle will define in what world our children and grandchildren will live, and then their children and grandchildren. It will define whether it will be a democracy of Ukrainians and for Americans for all. This battle cannot be frozen or postponed. It cannot be ignored. Thank you.
He did the speech by giving a Ukrainian flag signed by his troops to Congress, saying it's a symbol of the victory that's still to come for Ukraine and its Western allies.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll hear from teachers in Herman that are serenading their students with Christmas carols as they arrive for school.
We'll be back with that and our pet of the week. You won't want to miss that. Trust me.
We'll be right back.
The winter sun. It's a ticking clock where shorter days mean a precious countdown has begun. So chase the sun and seize the season, because when the days are at their shortest, it's on us to make them the fullest.
Current eligible Cadillac lessees get this low mileage lease on this 2023 Cadillac XT4 for around $379 per month. Visit Court Cadillac in Bangor.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Thursday, December 22nd, 2022. There are just 9 days left in the year, just a few days left to buy your Christmas presents, too.
Absolutely.
Today is also Cookie Exchange Day. It's described as the glorious occasion when festively decorated cookie tins and boxes appear at cookie exchange parties. I've never been to a cookie exchange party, but I love this time of year. It seems like every time you turn around, there's a new kind of cookie out here in the newsroom.
Absolutely.
And I'm pro cookie, as you all know, I think.
It's a pretty radical stance you've taken there.
I'm supportive of the cookie industry. I'm doing my part.
Doing your part.
Yeah.
Well, on this day in history, in 1944, U.S. Brigadier General Anthony McAuliffe rejected a German demand for surrender during World War II by writing the word nuts in his official reply. In 2010, President Barack Obama signed a law allowing gay people to serve openly in the military for the first time, repealing the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy.
Today's birthdays include former ABC News anchor Diane Sawyer, who is 77, rocker Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick is 74, and pop star Meghan Trainor is 29. Diane Sawyer still at it after all these years. It's kind of nice to see.
I can't believe she's 77.
Yeah.
She looks great.
Yeah, I'll be doing that when I'm 77 too, probably, because
I'll
never be retiring. So yeah, I won't look as good as Diane Sawyer then. But,
yeah, who knows?
Just prop me up here in the studio, and I'll read the news for you.
Prop you up
Prop me
like
up,
a Victorian doll.
I have a feeling when I won't be walking too well, but maybe not at 77.
Okay, Craig.
Let's talk about the weather now.
It's going to be bad.
On a serious note.
It's going to be really bad.
Yeah, utility crews are calling in lots of extra folks. The CMP, for example, they've hired a bunch of extra contractors because they're predicting a lot of trees and power lines down following the storm tomorrow, which will have wind gusts over 60 miles per hour along the coast, 50 miles per hour inland. That's pretty
crazy.
Serious stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Today's a good day to think of a plan B for the holiday weekend.
Yep.
Devin Biggs has the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience a Shepherd difference today. All right, let's get into things. We have plenty to unpack. Let's start here with these new high wind warnings that are getting issued, getting upgraded from the high wind watches that have been issued. The colors look a little tricky here, but the brighter shade here is that high wind warning that's up through Saturday. The darker shade that you might notice right about in here is that high wind watch. We'll see this getting upgraded to a high wind warning moving forward for gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour possible before those expire. On top of that, though, we do also have aerial flood watches up until Saturday morning at around 7 a.m. The purple shade over sea, that is a storm warning, which is worse than a gale warning, up until Saturday at around 4 a.m. And we have a couple of other advisories we're going to pull up for you now. And this right here is a coastal flood watch that's also in effect. And this will last until about noon as we head towards your Saturday. And this shade right here actually is a coastal flood warning. And that is also in effect until later on Friday at around 2 p.m. So we have lots of advisories in effect because of all the active weather that is moving through. Let's zoom things out right now. The clouds are currently moving in from the west, going toward the east. We'll keep the clouds moving in as the day progresses on. We'll have to wait, though, until early tomorrow morning for all the precipitation to move in. So today is also that calm before the storm is all that's continues to move in, with the rain to the south tracking to the north and east, and this system right here that'll be tracking to the east as well. All this will work together to give us a lot of precipitation that will begin to move in soon. And the winds will be the big story moving forward as well, as we'll switch out of the north and east at times, getting up to around 30 miles per hour, sustained at times by Friday afternoon. Let's look how stacked this pressure gradient is. And gusts up to 50 to 60 miles per hour cannot be ruled out either. So futurecast moving forward, we're watching for clouds that will be moving in, but again, the precipitation arrives as we head towards early Friday morning. Your hourly forecast moving forward. Here we go. Mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, teachers at Herman Middle School are in the holiday spirit, so much so they can't help but sing. The teachers are greeting students all this week by serenading them with Christmas carols when they arrive. The educators say they thought it would be a nice way to start out the holiday week, and the students seem to agree.
Well, I think it's really awesome that they're doing this for the kids. It also brings a lot of Christmas cheer.
I sent an email out to staff to see if they join us, and it's kind of just taken off.
We thought maybe we'd get 2 or 3 people joining us out here, but as you can see, we got a whole bunch, and we just thought it would be a fun thing to do as vacation is coming up.
The songs students have been welcomed with include Jingle Bells, Let It Snow, and of course, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Getting into the holiday spirit there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. They had a good turnout for teachers. Everybody took part. Very cool. Still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have your latest with local sports.
And we'll meet our pet of the week. So cute. So cute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Be right back.
When it comes to winter footwear, warmth, waterproof, and safety matter most. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport and discover the latest in winter boot technology. We've got boots rated from -60 to 0 degrees Fahrenheit to keep your feet warm in any weather. Check out the new materials guaranteed to keep your feet dry. Relieve the anxiety of slipping and falling this winter with the new Navitech with grippers built right into the sole. Just flip it and clip it and you're ready to go. Be prepared this winter. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport.
Welcome to Rebecca's. For over 30 years, we've been serving our local customers in downtown Bangor, and we invite you to explore our historic shop.
Rebecca's carries many Maine-made products from local artisans. Perhaps you need a gift basket for your next celebration. We'll be glad to help. From blueberry ceramic dishes, gourmet foods featuring Stonewall Kitchen, fine wines to antique dishes and furniture. You're sure to find that perfect gift.
We hope to see you soon at Rebecca's.
Welcome to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop in Brewer.
And some call me the King.
There are RC trucks, cars, crawlers, and parts aplenty. There are planes, metal detectors, and gear galore. I have decreed that all people can book birthday parties with their RC vehicles provided for all. We have indoor and outdoor tracks and crawling courses available. Bring yourself, your family, and friends to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop, South Main Street, Brewer.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Twin City Tint. Thank you for your business, and gift certificates make a great gift. Season's greetings from Loring Job Corps. From 1964 to today, Loring Job Corps helps young people succeed. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Engstrom's Auto Service family. We want to thank you for your business this past year.
I don't care how rich or famous they are, they will play by our rules.
I just want to feel like I'm worth something.
Special Forces World's Toughest Test, January 4th on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some basketball. After winning a gold medal overseas this summer, Team USA has named Newport's Cooper Flagg their Male Basketball Athlete of the Year. Flagg, who is playing at Montverde this season, helped the Nokomis boys basketball to their first gold ball in program history back in February. Then he was named to the USA's U17 team, where he helped them to a 7-0 record and a FIBA World Cup in July. He joins a pretty prestigious list of basketball greats who have won the award. Ever heard of Kevin Durant? He won in 2021. Michael Jordan and LeBron James have both won as well. He's also the youngest player to ever win it, celebrating his 16th birthday on Wednesday. James Michael McAdoo also won the award at 16 in 2009. Might have buried the lead there. Happy birthday, Cooper and Ace. All right, let's head up to Orono High School right now. Ruth White has already made tons of history so far in her cross-country career, and she just returned from being the first Maine runner to compete in the Champs Cross-Country Nationals race, placing 17th overall in the nation. And she says the experience was something else.
It was just an incredible experience overall. Got to meet elite athletes. I got to meet other runners from all over the country that have like the same passion and drive as me. A lot that are faster than me, which is really motivating. And it was just a really fun experience to like race with all of them and be in the middle to the back of the pack. Just something different and a good challenge.
White, who is just a junior, has won back-to-back New England championships. She also helped her team to back-to-back state titles. And the Orono, as a high school, finished top 10 in New England's this year. Believe it or not, White tells me her goal is to get even faster for her senior season, but says if not for the support from everyone in her circle, she wouldn't be where she is today.
I think just like generally the support of so many people, that includes like my family, coaches, the community, is just support in general.
Congratulations to Ruth. It's a blast watching her compete. Let's stay with some high school sports right now. Big hockey night on Wednesday up here. 3 games in the area, so we'll kick things off at Sawyer Arena. St. Dom Saints in Bangor, they are taking on the Rams. Bangor looking for their first win of the year, and they would come out of the gates hot. Marc-Andre Perron gets the steal in the offensive zone, puts it in the back of the net to break things open. That makes it 1-0. Rams again on the attack here. It's Michael Moscone taking on 3 defenders. Nice move to get a shot off, but an even nicer glove save by Jaden Lynn. Moscone would score again, though. Rams up 2-0 now, and Perron again gets the steal and again finds the net. That's going to make it 3-0. And then in the second period, Zach Lundquist, nice move here to score on the backhand. Bangor dominates. They win this one 5-1. All right, now for some girls action. At Penobscot Ice Arena, Pioneers against the Black Tigers. Let's go right to the third period. Pioneers up 2-1, but the Tigers' Katie Berard sneaks it past Mariah Kuhn to tie things up at 2. Under a minute later, it's Megan Delahanty. Her shot off the post. Paige Oakes cleans it up. Pioneers take the lead back. 3-2 now, Penobscot. Under a minute later, again, Emma McNeil here. A nice wrister right into the back of the net. Her second goal of the night makes it 4-2 Pioneers. And finally, a minute 30 to go. Delahanty makes up for her earlier miss. She makes it 5-2. That is the final. Pioneers move to 3-2 on the year. And the nightcap, in the nightcap, Old Town Orono boys hockey against Brewer at Penobscot. Both goalies flashing the leather early. Nice glove save by OTO's Brock Parks, and right at the end of the period, Brewers' Ethan Hanscom, one of his own, to keep the score 0-0 after 1. But that would change with 13 left in the second. Brewers' Dom Stetcher with the slapper past Parks. That gets the Witches on the board, makes it 1-0. Just a minute later, Grady Venetestein. He fakes the shot, takes the shot, and makes the shot. 2-0 Witches. OTO would answer with 2 later, but Brewer would add 1 more from Venetestein. They win 3-2. That's their first win of the season as well. All right, let's go back up to Orono now. A big day for Maine football. They announced 13 recruits as part of their early signing class period and 2 of their own. We'll start with Cape Elizabeth's Nick Laughlin. He had a big day. Not only was he named one of 3 finalists for the Fitzpatrick Award, he also signed his national letter of intent to become a Black Bear next fall, continue his career with Jordan Stevens and the University of Maine.
I mean, I'm excited to represent Maine, play for it with some pride with Maine across the 207. So I kind of just fell in love with all the coaches. Are great guys, and they had me and my mom up 2 weekends ago, and they treated us well, and it was a great time.
Joining Nick in Orono next season will be Wells star kicker Michael Lewinsky, who signed his NLI to attend UMaine earlier as well. Warriors captain, who has a very strong leg, averaged close to 40 yards a punt, and hit on 94% of his extra points. Congratulations to them. Wishing them luck up in Orono. That's all the time we have for sports. Be right back after the break.
Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop is now open in Newport. Our unique building is a converted 1800s single-family home that we've given a new life to. A home for treasures, from antiques, collectibles, unique gifts, and so much more. Come make the rounds throughout the many rooms on all 3 floors as you wander back in time, or find a unique gift that's perfect for that special someone or that hard-to-buy-for relative. So come visit us today. Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop, 147 Main Street, Newport.
Whether you're thinking of getting your first tattoo or building onto your collection of skin art,
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth provides the safest and most comfortable tattoo and piercing experience.
At Disconnected Tattoo, we'll combine your vision with our art to create something special that will last the test of time.
Don't trust your personal body art to anyone else.
Call Disconnected Tattoo today to schedule your consultation.
Or check out our Facebook page.
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth. Brandywine Graphics makes it easy. We are the top source for screen printing, embroidery, branded merchandise, and direct-to-garment printing. With 25 years experience, state-of-the-art equipment, and a commitment to excellence, why trust your apparel products with anyone else? And now, Brandywine Graphics can easily launch online stores for your school or organization. Simply design your products from brands like Eddie Bauer, Carhartt, and more. Share the link and we'll do the rest. Like we said, Brandywine Graphics makes it easy. Find out more at brandywinegraphics.com or at our Hamden location.
If I don't hear from you tonight, pull this over. I know it, but I can't let go. Everything I love is out to sea.
The Greg B. Harrell Show. ...
Am I supposed to read the ... More than that. You know there's nothing.
Welcome back, everyone. It's our favorite time of the week. It's time for our Pet of the Week, and we've got a really special one here. Catherine brought it into us. Who do we have here today?
So this is Siren, and if you could hear him bark, you won't because there's people holding him and loving him, but you can hear him howling through the entire shelter. He has the most high-pitched bark I think I've ever heard, and it just goes and goes and goes. But as long as he is touching you, he's totally fine.
Oh,
he's
such
totally
a
happy.
sweetheart, too.
He really is. He is the best boy.
Do we know anything about him?
We really don't. Alarmingly, he came in as a stray, and normally little dogs like this are scooped right back up by their owners, but he was never claimed, and so we did all the things. We did neuter him and made sure that he was up to date on all of his shots. We're guessing that he's just about a year old, so really he's still a puppy.
You're still a puppy.
Yeah,
he really likes Emma, too.
You have that
Look at
energy. And he was, hey, oh, no, he's like, don't
hey,
worry,
dude.
Craig, don't feel left out.
my new best friend here.
He's been loving on everyone. Look at that smile. Yeah, he's a happy boy. So he's really good judgment for everything. Cats, other dogs, as long as you don't have a really big dog that's going to pin him or anything. But he seems to like other dogs. He has interacted a little bit with a cat that we have in one of our administrative offices, and he's been fine. I think he's more afraid of the cat than the cat is of him. But he's going to be great with kids. Where he's still young, he's going to need someone who is going to take him for walks and really help him spend
Let me put him over
all
here
that
so Ben can get a good
energy.
shot of him.
Yeah, I know.
Especially,
It's
I mean,
just
his name is Siren, so he probably wants to be with somebody all the time.
I think
Wants
he
to be on
does,
TV?
but it will probably be good for him to be with a family where maybe they're not home all the time, and he can sort of start to learn how to be a little bit independent.
Just not an apartment, probably.
Probably, yeah, exactly. Or your neighbors might complain a little bit, but yeah.
I'm hogging the puppy, I know.
Oh, that's okay. It's easy to do.
He's like, where you going?
Where you going?
Here, I got some more bones for you, pal. Here you go, Siren.
I've never heard that before, though. You just got to give him some time, and it's kind of like a baby.
Exactly.
You got to let him cry it out.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, obviously you don't want him to be traumatized or anything, but a little independence will be good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want
He's
more,
got to
huh?
grow.
Yeah. Oh, he's so. I got to live my dream of being the person in the car with the tiny dog looking out the window when I was driving over here.
I love just witnessing that.
I know.
He'd make a great companion. If I had him, I'd want to bring him everywhere.
Yeah,
Take
I
the
would
rides in
too.
the truck.
Yeah.
him.
Right.
Yeah, I have like a big square purse that I keep in the middle of the seats, and he tried to climb into it. So he wants to be a purse dog. Yeah.
You would he's just a little bit too big. You need a big purse.
He would.
Because he's not tiny Chihuahua, but it looks like, oh, you're so
Look
happy.
at him smile at you. I know.
Well, if you have any room in your home or your heart, head on over to the Bangor Humane Society, and you can bring this little guy home. If somebody else doesn't take him first.
I know.
Right?
Of course, if you have any other dogs, you want to bring your dogs for a dog-to-dog visit. Make sure everyone in your family is with you, and he's probably going to be ready to go after Christmas, so come on in sometime next week and meet with them.
After Christmas, a late Christmas.
It was so nice to meet you, Siren. I don't want him to leave now. We need a newsroom dog.
We do.
He would be awesome.
Hey, look at this dude. He's awesome. All right, Catherine, thanks for coming in. Merry Christmas to you.
Yes, you too.
We'll send it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Such a good boy.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. And we have plenty of active weather to talk about here. A couple shades of pretty much this dandelion color right here, for lack of a better term. This is a high wind warning here until 4 a.m. Saturday for this shade right here. You know, I noticed this shade right about in here. It's a little bit different. It has a high wind watch that will soon be upgraded to a high wind warning, and that is also up until 2 a.m. as we head towards Saturday, so there's those expiration times right there. We also have some other alerts in effect. This right here is an aerial flood watch because of heavy rainfall, 1 to 2, maybe up to 3 inches, can't be ruled out. In other areas over the ocean, this is a storm warning up until 4 a.m. Saturday. This is worse than a gale warning, so we will also have to watch out for that. And there's other alerts on top of that, so let's cue that up for you now. And this is also a coastal flood watch that's also in effect, located right about in here until noon as we head towards your Saturday. And right about in there as well, this is also a coastal flood warning that's also up until Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. So we have plenty of stuff to track moving forward. Lots of advisories with this very strong system, pretty much a bomb cyclone for lack of a better term, that's currently developing right now, bombogenesis, which means it'll be a system developing very quickly. And look at all the advisories here. Rarely do you see something like this where you have winter storm warnings in the pink, blizzard warnings in the orange right here, and freeze alerts farther down toward the south, along with wind chill warnings and wind chill advisories. There's a lot of cold weather and winter weather alerts in effect across the part of the country. And this is very rare, so we won't see this a lot very often, but we're going to be seeing it with this system. Let's zoom things back in and talk about the radar and satellites. So right now, we're just watching clouds moving in from the west, going toward the east, so not too much going on at this point. The two systems located right about in here and here. We're going to be watching things developing in a big hurry, which will give us plenty of rain and plenty of wind as we head towards the weekend. So here we go. Futurecast breaking all this down. Now we do have clouds that will continue to move in as the day progresses on. By around Friday morning, that's when it starts to move in. It's a little bit of a wintry mix at first. The warmer air will begin to move in. We'll switch over to all rain and some heavy downpours possible at times. And this will continue all the way through Friday evening before things start to taper off a bit by early Saturday morning, maybe with a few leftover snow showers as temperatures fall, and they will fall in a hurry with that cold front that will begin to move through. The longer-term forecast showing this thing really developing very quickly and showing the same thing, a wintry mix that will switch over to rain and lasting for multiple days as well. Here we are by Saturday, and even though most of the precipitation will be done, we will still have to deal with the wind with this system that will continue to move through. Not much of a snow issue with this one, though. We'll show you the latest snow forecast. Anything will be mainly across the northern parts of the state, and most of that may melt with the warmer temperatures. But for us, though, it will be a lot of rain as well. 1 to 2 and maybe up to 3 inches of rain possible before we're all finished up. And real quick with the gusty winds, today we're fine. Look what happens for tomorrow as we'll be watching for gusty winds up to 50, even 60 miles per hour, maybe getting close to 70 miles per hour in a few spots. So some very strong winds will also be on the way. So your forecast for today, lower 30s, mostly cloudy. The east wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. For tonight, upper 20s, rain and snow late will also be breezy. The east wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. And your Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. So we're dry just in time for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Partly cloudy, temperatures in the 20s. That wintry mix will switch over to all rain on Friday, highs in the lower 50s. And we're back in the upper 20s on Monday with a mostly sunny sky.
$7.8 million. That's how much I made home sellers in the past 2 years. Planning on selling? I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Taking control of your mornings with what makes you happy. McDonald's has options to make mornings happy every day.
Now, get a Sausage McMuffin, Sausage McGriddles, or hash browns. Get any two for $3.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
When you're through with powering through, it's time for Theraflu, hot liquid medicine. Powerful relief so you can restore and recover. Theraflu, hot beats cold.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyu.
When selling your home, knowing your options could make you tens of thousands of dollars. That's what I do for my clients. I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
An augmented reality company is adding a new way to see Santa Claus as he makes his deliveries this Christmas. Niantic's newest augmented reality experience allows users to point their phones to the sky and see a scene of Santa and his reindeer flying across the sky. The web app also lets users capture the video to share with others. Those who want to see Santa in action on Christmas Eve can go to SeeSantaFly.com on their phone's internet browser.
That's really neat.
All sorts of ways to track Santa.
Yeah, I know
They're
NORAD
evolving.
does it every year too. You can visit, NORAD.com or whatever, and they kind of keep track of Santa as he makes his journey around the world.
Awesome.
At night. So
I wonder if he's getting his oil change right now. I wonder if the sleigh needs an oil change.
I don't know. Probably tweaking it up though, getting
Something.
the skids, the skis all slicked up and